Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Cosmic Catch-Up for week commencing the 9th of February. So things are accelerating. Like this week is up versus last week, and next week is showtime. Like this is going to be a bumper episode next week because we have an eclipse, we have the start of Pisces season, and we have a Neptune-Saturn conjunction. If you haven't listened, go back to the 2026 episode. I will link it in the show notes so you can get an overview of the year. But things are accelerating, and we are in the eclipse portal, absolutely, because it's on the 17th of February, so it is now 8 days away. So don't be surprised if you start feeling like the energy feels a little intense. We definitely have entered the time where we start feeling the effect of it. It will likely impact at least 2 weeks prior and 2 weeks after. So we are in here. Now, what's in store for this week? I mentioned last week that Mercury has moved into Pisces. So you may have noticed it if you are Pisces or Virgo or Sagittarius or Gemini. Like the way we think and communicate has shifted to be more quote unquote watery. So it's less about logics and fact, and we're talking more intuitively. We are thinking more like visually, and we are also talking with our feelings. So a very different tone. It's also a great time for spiritual connection, great time to meditate if you are thinking about taking this up or reconnecting with your practice. You will be supported for that. Also, great time to be inspired creatively and artistically. So if you're a poet or a musician or a writer, right now is really the time to just loll around and soak up those kind of magic little vibes that Mercury in Pisces is giving. On the other hand, if you find that people are lacking clarity or you're not clear on the plan and the deadline and maybe you're getting confused about different things, you can blame it on Mercury in Pisces as well. So my tip for this transit, which will last until the 20th of March, because little heads up, we will have a retrograde in Pisces. So it's going to go back and forward again. So it's going to be in it for some time. We're going to be simmering in this kind of like dissolved waters of communication until the 20th of March. So my advice is allow life to unfold. Be a little loose when it comes to plans and to ideas. Listen to your intuition. Like I felt the shift from last week. Things have been coming at me, like pinging me. And this is really how I'm making decisions these days. And pay attention to your dreams and use that beautiful energy to connect with people on an emotional level. Okay? And just FYI, on Thursday this week, Mercury in Pisces will cross the North Node, which is a karmic point. So you might expect some news or communications that are karmic. Just pay attention. If you get a bit of a message from the gods, and this is about helping you know how to walk towards your purpose. So it's a positive bit of news. Okay? Now, on Tuesday the 10th, Venus is joining the party in Pisces. Venus loves being in Pisces, and I was thinking how timely in the lead up to Valentine's Day, because it will bring more love, more beauty, more harmony to our relationships. It's a very romantic energy. I know it sounds really cheesy. I don't know how the world works that way, but there are flowers and chocolates everywhere. And Venus is in Pisces at the same time. So that should be a really romantic time on the weekend. And for those of you that are single, this could be a great time to meet new people. Overall, this will give us a desire for deeper communication and emotional closeness with people in our lives. So what's not to love about that? And will also make us really connect through art and beauty and creativity to like something bigger than us. So let's be like enjoying. I think we need that kind of feel good, kind of rosy energy. Just be mindful that we could go a little delulu when it comes to our love life, maybe, and potential partners. So, stay on the ground, keep your feet on the ground, because you don't want to over idolize anyone under this beautiful transit. And the most important move of the week is Saturn entering Aries. So we've had Neptune entering Aries not long ago. Saturn is following. So Saturn changes sign every 2.5 years. It's not 30 years like Neptune, but it's still a big deal. And it will remain in Aries until 2028. So we've been swimming in Saturn in Pisces for the last 2.5 years. Personally, I have found this transit quite challenging, and Saturn doesn't love being in Pisces. I think it will be a little better and clearer in Aries, and you will feel it if you have placement and are born during Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, right? Especially in the early degrees of it, you will feel it. So I have my moon sign at 3 degrees Aries, and I know I will feel it instantly. When it moves across, it will be Saturday morning in Australia and during the night on Friday for the rest of the world. So what is it going to feel like? This is going to make us confront our fears, especially those fears that stand in the way of us taking some action. This is going to give us courage and resilience to tackle things. So it's not like super fun party time, but it's saying, okay, come on, let's do this now. This is that kind of energy. So we'll be beginning new things and take some action. And this is also teaching us how to challenge the Aries side, which can be quite fueled with, it's a fire energy. So we could be impatient, we could have anger, we could have conflict. Like that's kind of the bad side of Aries. And Saturn is going to channel that in a responsible and mature way. It's going to tame that a little bit down and say, okay, let's put this in place. A great time for leadership and authority. So if you are thinking about stepping up or you're already managing some people, like it's a really good transit. It will make you a very discerning leader. And so overall, this is a time to start planning, to strategize, to plan your move and put some structure around it to build something. So we are actually going to start building things from the end of this week. And what depends on where Aries falls in your chart. So for me, 0 degrees of Aries is in my 4th house. So that means I'm going to start building things in the area of my home life, my family, and my emotional stability. And you may have had a preview of that last year. Between April and October, already something started because Saturn was in Aries briefly during that time, but then it went back into Pisces. So now it's moving for good. And especially those signs I named might really feel it. But collectively, we're going to feel that, and even more so by the end of next week, when Saturn will merge with Neptune that is already at 0 degrees of Aries. So the minute it will move this week, it will be very, very close. It's just exact on the 20th of Feb. So the astrologers are really excited about that. But there is movement this week, right? So you will feel that, sense of, okay, come on, it's time to do it now. And it's a bit serious in spirit, but it's going to give you focus. It's going to give you the courage that you need to do. It's buckling down time, and it's something that's going to benefit you because what you're building will be better for you than where you came from. So this is helping you, putting the best chances of success, if you like, by channeling all those maybe fire tendency and putting some structure, taking some patience and being planned and organized and diligent. So that's the mood for the next 2.5 years in that area of your life. So that is it. Not a bad week, hey? In the sky, a few things happening. So enjoy the lovey-dovey feeling with Venus. Just be careful with the pink color glasses potentially. Enjoy the dreaminess in your thoughts and in your dreams with Mercury in Pisces. And see what unfolds for you when Saturn enters Aries. Next week, big week, eclipse coming up. So hang on to your hat this week and have a beautiful week. I will speak to you soon. Bye, everyone.